The Bible is the infallible in all, and well, in fact it's the opinion of some created in at you this evangelical time, and it's logical since God infallibly inspired human writers well, he prevented them from making mistakes on any theme, is so from there he comes to read the conclusions, for example from the book of Genesis that tells the creation, saying that there is a plot of science to falsify the truth, and so it develops in these circles there, and it influences a part of the Catholicism of theories that the shells that are at the top of the mountains are not due to the drift of the continents that raised the old sea to the top of the mountains, but to the deluge. Had a deluge, body is covered the whole earth, as the Bible asserts in the text of Noah. Only there is an objection to this, because there are some unmistakable facts of contradictions of the Bible of small contract adic, but all the same, and even in the New Testament, for example in the story of the conversion of St. Paul. It is given twice in the Acts of the Apostles. In chapter 9 verse 7 it is said that the men who accompanied St. Paul stopped, but stupefied he hears all the way, but he did not see anyone, while the same story chapter 22:9 says that people who were with me turns the light well, but he will not say the voice of the one who spoke. Then what is it for the Catholic Church? And well, it's simple. The Catholic Church says that the Bible infallibly says what God meant, but only on a particular area that matters for God's salvation. That means how to go to heaven. What is the sky is still you have to be careful. The fullness of the explanation is given by Jesus in the four Gospels, while in the Old Testament it is infallibly the way by which God nearby the men, the affine ones, to gradually prepare them for the revelation of the plenary truth that will come by Jesus. Is therefore in a testament no one claims to reveal definitive truths concerning the doctrine of salvation. Is this the St. Thomas Aquin of great doctors of the Catholic Church explain it since the Middle Ages? He says this in the Truths chapter 12, to the question of all things revealed in the Bible whose knowledge can be useful to salutes, so are matter of this prophecy, while the things that does not concern salvation are alien to this matter. Is commander, citing St. Augustine, who says it's true that the writers of the Old Testament sometimes wanted to talk about areas like science, but the Holy Spirit did not mean by their mouth that what was useful for salvation. And well, this Catholic conception it allows to get out of all the problems. Take for example the busy Galilee. At least the way do it is said that the Church would have condemned Galilee because it contradicted a biblical text found in the book of Joshua chapter 12 verse 12. I would dare fight, but it is imperative that the fight stops and that the sun shines so that all enemies are defeated. So he took God is saying the Bible the sun stopped at the zenith and the moon too, and there was never a day as long as that day if the sun stops. Says the legend then is that the Bible is wrong because the sun is still and it is the earth that revolves around the sun. Catholic answer: it does not matter, for the salvation is science, is the field of science is therefore left to science to determine what happens, while the writing she is going to focus on important things like for example that the sun is just a creature, and it solves the book problem of Genesis in Chapter 1 verse 12 says this: the earth produced the greenery of the earth bearing only according to their kind, and the trees giving fruit at one evening goblins morning third day. And the next day God said that the sun shines in the firmament and the moon as luminaries to light the night, and the stars as good. In a strict evangelical type of design, that's how it happened. It means that the earth was an Iran star in the immensity of the universe with green plants on it, and not yet sun and no moon yet. In the Catholic conception it does not matter the scientific sense of that, it's not the goal is just to show, and it's important for the salvation, that the sun is only a ball of fire which is clear that they are warming up, and so he is not a god to whom we must offer sacrifices as did the elders.
Dit la légende. Alors, c'est que la Bible se trompe, puisque le soleil est immobile et que c'est la terre qui tourne autour du soleil. Réponse catholique: ça n'a aucune importance pour le salut. C'est de la science, c'est le domaine de la science, et donc laissons à la science le soin de déterminer ce qui se passe. Tandis que l'écriture, elle va se fixer sur des choses importantes, comme par exemple le fait que le soleil n'est qu'une simple créature. Et ça résout le problème du livre de la Genèse au chapitre 1. Le verset 12 dit ceci: la terre produisit de la verdure, des herbes portant semences selon leurs espèces, et des arbres donnant des fruits. Il y eut un soir, il y eut un matin, troisième jour. Et le lendemain, Dieu dit que le soleil brille au firmament et la lune comme luminaire pour éclairer la nuit et les étoiles. Eh bien, dans une conception de type évangélique stricte, c'est comme ça que ça s'est passé. Ça veut dire que la Terre était un astre errant dans l'immensité de l'univers, avec des plantes vertes dessus et pas encore de soleil et pas encore de lune. Dans la conception catholique, ça n'a aucune importance, le sens scientifique de ça, c'est pas le but. Le but est juste de montrer, et c'est important pour le salut, que le soleil n'est qu'une boule de feu qui éclaire, qui réchauffe. Et donc il n'est pas un Dieu à qui on doit offrir des sacrifices comme le faisaient les anciens.